reason I love Melbourne so much is because my favorite style, the whole Melbourne Bounce, is like I can play, this is where I can use it to the full potential, and like as much as I want to use it everywhere else in the world, it's like I can play a whole entire set of Melbourne music here. And to a lot of people it's still kind of new, so it's like they're just like cool, you know, but here it's just like, this is home, you know. Well, I actually started DJing with my father. I was about 12, 13 years old. He was going out doing weddings, you know, the whole Spanish quinceañera stuff and all those parties, family parties. I started doing like EDM, just strictly EDM when I was about 15, 16.
Right.
And so yeah, it's been quite a while.
Cool.
Almost 10 years, 9 years. Before DJing, see, I had my kids pretty early, at the age of 16. So I needed to get a job ASAP. I wanted to be a doctor. I actually wanted to be a trauma surgeon. So I finished school early, and I went to medical school, and I got certified and everything. Music was my escape at night, you know, when I wouldn't be able to sleep. And then music started blowing up. It kind of just started requesting a lot more time from me, and little by little, as I was putting out more free music, these people around the world started requesting me, saying you should play. And then I was just like, yeah, you know. So what I started doing is I started playing my own music at my dad's parties, you know, like and it worked. When I finally heard my music on like a good sound system, like at a club, I was just like, wow, like I want to keep doing this. Well, the name Tonic it meant a lot to me because of the movie Iron Giant. The story is about a robot that becomes best friends with a little boy, but the message is you are who you choose to be.
Yep.
You know, so that's something I've always lived by. You know, I've always wanted to be a hero to my kids. You know, and I wanted to be the one who takes care of my family. You know, so because that's who I choose to be. You know, so. And it was really heartbreaking when the band Tonic from the 90s approached me. It was just like, their lawyer was like, yo man, my client's been having this name since the 90s, you better stop using it. And I'm like, yo man, I'm just a 20-year-old kid in my room on my broken PC making music. And I was like, you consider me a threat, dude? Like, you sold millions of records, you know? Good thing I had fans that were fans of my music and not my name. You know, it's like nobody really cared about the name. It's like, it's not like I'm gonna change my name and then the music's gonna completely change, you know? So my last name is Orosqueda. Okay. D is like from, so it's like Eric from Orosqueda, so it's like Deorro Skeda. And yep. It's pretty simple. I just played with. The first DAW I was using was actually Cakewalk. I forgot what it was actually called, Sonar Cakewalk. And I actually never found out how to use it, so I just doodled with the tempo. And then I started using Mixcraft. My friend had a little micro Korg, little synthesizer, and I would mess around with that, and you know, I'd use some drum sounds that the Mixcraft had in it. But then eventually I started meeting people, and someone told me about Reason. So Reason was the first one that I started putting music out with. But Mixcraft, you know, I started experimenting with sounds and putting tracks together. Yeah. But Reason was what I started pushing stuff out with. Right, cool. Yeah. Joe Fletcher, Will Sparks, Reese Lowe, Jay Trick, you know, a lot of those kids out here, they're just tearing shit up, you know? It's like, it's amazing. You know, Joe Fletcher's been my boy since the start. You know, he's the one that, I remember him telling me about Big Fat, like, years ago, when I first put it out. Like I finished it, and I literally, that song took me about an hour and a half to produce, and I put it up on the internet. Joe Fletcher had got into it, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna play this record out. I was like, cool, you know? I was like, cool. And then next thing you know, he's like, this track is blowing up, man. And like within a few, like I think a year, they had requested me to fly out to Melbourne. It was my first international show, you know, sold out as well, so. Yeah, Max Martin, because he's a genius. You know, he's a genius in music. He knows music well. He knows all the formulas. And then you have people like Joachim Garrod. You know, they have David Guetta, Calvin Harris. You know, those are people that have like marked a stamp in the music history. You know, where they shifted the direction of EDM. So. Because the thing about the Melbourne sound, the reason why it's so special to me, is because it's what our generation has to bring to the table of EDM.
Yep.
It's not just the music; it's the vibes and the city itself. It's just Melbourne. I'm gonna move here one day. I swear.
Cool.
I swear, I'm gonna move here one day. But the music is just like the way it's appreciated, you know, and people welcome it, and it's just amazing here. It's
awesome.
Definitely one of the best crowds in the entire world.
Cool.
That's probably my message to everybody, you know, just stay humble, stay
That's a good
positive,
message.
you know, and just keep doing it, you know, don't let anything bring you down, because, you know, the bad feedback, I turned it into constructive criticism, and then I was able to tell who was just hating and then who was actually really paying attention to the music.
I like how you.